Hey, what's going on, guys? It looks like we're getting a little bit of sector rotation happening in the market today. I'm going to tell you what I have planned so I profit in the markets. All right, so how are we planning on profiting in the market, especially when the money flow is changing? We call that sector rotation, and what we want to pay attention to, well, first we got to make sure it sticks, right? But look at Daku, for example. We have this massive sell-off. Let's measure it out real quick. I'm just wanting to see. Let's see, 21%. Let's look at FedEx. FedEx was getting a recovery, and I think it was like down 11%. So yep, down 11% today. And now why are we getting the sell-off? We're getting the sell-off because there was a headline that came out saying that there was going to be a vaccine for COVID-19. Now let's look at Fiverr. Yeah, Fiverr fell out of bed this morning, okay? And this is the thing we got to be looking at. Well, first off, 20% down. That's what we got to be looking at. I mean, some of these stocks have just really taken a nasty fall. So the gaming stock, for example, had a big gap up and nothing but a gap and crap, right? Your Home Depot, Netflix has been on a tear ever since COVID-19's come out, and now it's just selling off. Let's look at some of these bigger time frames so we get an idea of what's going on. So we are still in these consolidation areas. So we're at the lows. Now, we were buyers on Netflix just last week. So when we had that nice push up, but now since the news is coming, all we did is have a huge gap down and a huge sell-off. Now, here's the bike, Peloton, right? Peloton, however you want to say it. So depending on how we look at it, this thing's been on a monster tear ever since we had issues. And now who's going to be riding a bike in their home when we can go back to the gym, right? We have Roku. Roku's been a good stock for quite some time, but we definitely have seen a little money coming out of Roku. We have Tesla. Now Tesla's a little bit of a surprise to me, not on where it got rejected at. And if we look at the 1 minute chart, we could do that real quick. Actually, let's look at the 1 minute chart today. This was interesting. It built a heck of a pattern. I liked it, I loved it, and yet I changed the chart and I missed it. So I did not get to participate in this big nice move on Tesla, but it would make sense because, if the new president-elect possibly is, he's more into solar and cleaner energy and stuff like that, more so than like your fracking and stuff. So, NIO, I'm sure is up. So let's go to an hourly chart. Yeah, and NIO is up. So it's been now where's the money going? And that's the point of this. So where are we going to go? Let's look at Zoom real quick. That thing also fell out of bed. That thing's down 100 points today, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, or it was down 100 points. Let's see. Yeah, 113 points, 28%. Ouch. I hope nobody was in that stock thinking it was going to continue, or they, well, I guess how would you know, right? So, needless to say, why are some of these stocks kind of switching and changing, and where's the money going? Let's look at AMC, for example. If there's a vaccine, AMC is catching a huge move today. Let's look at GE. Now, GE is catching a huge move because it makes parts for Boeing, which brings me on to the next thing. Now, GE, let's measure that. This thing was up like crazy amounts, 16%. That's not the one I was thinking of, but needless to say, 16 is still quite a nice move. Now let's look at Boeing. Boeing caught a huge move in the market. Everybody's liking it. I actually really like it. I hope it continues, right? So if we get this vaccine, people are going to be flying. They're also coming out with a lot of different news and headlines saying that their jets are getting approved again. I see nothing but promising. If they get the vaccine, good things coming. Now, American Airlines, AAL, also catching a huge move, okay? And I think maybe this was this one that was 28%. I mean, those are nice moves, right? So some of these stocks have definitely done very well off of the news, and we're wanting to see if the news sticks, right? So if the news sticks, let's look at what needs to happen. So if American Airlines, for example, they're getting a nasty rejection candle here, but if we measure from top to bottom, we're about around that 50%. We just need to start seeing it make higher highs. The headline has to stick. If it sticks, We just change our money. We, instead of playing some of these other ones like your Zoom, your Doku, your Facebook, some of these other stocks that have kind of went through the roof, Roku, Twilio, your Fiverr, etc., right? FedEx. The money's not going to be going to those anymore. There's no point of going to those. They're going to go back to your AMCs and a few things that your Boeing, your American Airlines, your Carnival Cruise, right? So is that one CCL? And that thing's up big today. So like all of these stocks, that's up 38%. So, and they still got a long way. Like they can still continue to recover. This looks great if it consolidates for the next over the pre-market hours, and the news is still there, and everything's looking promising. We may want to start looking at taking Carnival Cruise to the long side again, and we'll just continue to wait, right? And so that's the point. Is right now we kind of, if you paid attention, a lot of the stocks that did have that pop pre-market, they just kind of went sideways or they kind of sold off. People taking profit, etc., etc. And so we do want to be patient. We want to make sure they're making higher highs. We want to make sure the headlines stick, and we don't get caught, at a high price and it continues to sell off. So. Now before I get out of here, we got to look at one of these. We got to look at, let's see, good old Nikola. Poor Nikola. You have to come out with a product. You know what I mean? This stock doesn't look like it's coming back to life anytime soon. If it does, be sure to let me know in the comment box below. If you found this video to be useful, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell so every time we upload new content, you'll be first to be notified. Other than that, I'm going to be paying attention and waiting to see if the headlines stick. If they don't, I'm going right back to Zooms and my Rokus and stuff like that. If not, then we know what stocks to play now. I'll catch you in the next video.